Welcome back to part number 2 of What If Fives Joined the Bad Batch. Thank you to those of you who watched the first part. To recap what happened in that video if you haven't seen it, Fives had been imprisoned for his role in the supposed assassination attempt of Palpatine, but Rex and Cody had enlisted the help of Clone Force 99 to break Fives out. The Jedi of Obi-Wan and Anakin have caught up with the fugitives, and now the clones have to figure a way to obtain the biochips of Topham Fives, for it is their only path to survival. Fives instinctively turned to Anakin, as he had heard about his visit to the Chancellor's office from one of the cell guards, but to his dismay, Anakin had not seen anything resembling the inhibitor chip in or around the office. Fives knew that Palpatine was intelligent enough to have dispensed with the evidence, as Obi-Wan reported that the Chancellor had told the Council that the difference in the chips was a parasite native to Ringo Vinda. Fives requested Anakin to conduct a search of the Chancellor for the biochips, but Obi-Wan had also been informed that the chips had been sent back to Kamino. The Jedi guide the clones to the docking area close by, and with permission from the Jedi Council, they take a Republic gunship joined by Jedi Council member Shaak Ti, who was intrigued by the truth behind the clone army. As they approach the planet, they find a group of Kaminoans awaiting their arrival, and Obi-Wan had a bad feeling about what was to occur. The Prime Minister Lama Su leads them inside, confused as to the nature of their visit, and looks suspiciously at the disguised Fives. Anakin is quick to ask for the inhibitor chips, but as they had expected, the Kaminoans remark that the chips have been destroyed after they have been examined by the Chancellor. The Jedi are about to turn back to Coruscant when Fives spots a passing droid, providing him with a brainwave. Master T is able to distract the hosting Kaminoans for long enough to allow the clones and the Jedi to act on the idea of Fives, who guides them to the medical bay where his chip had been removed. There he finds the medical droid AZI-3, and it is able to provide the real analysis of the chips that Palpatine had tried to cover. Now Anakin was growing concerned about the minds of the clones, and in the core of the cloning complex, Fives points to where the chips were being implemented, inside of the new clones. Suddenly, Master T ran into the room, and alarms began to go off, as the Kaminoans had been alerted to the presence of Fives, and the clones were chasing them. Tech used his data of the area to find a shortcut through a cramped alley, and they rose to the surface in a turbolift, but faced the hooded figure of Count Dooku, armed with his Magna Guards. Clone Force 99 hide behind a stack of supply crates to take out the droids, as Anakin and Obi-Wan faced the Sith apprentice. Dooku pointed his lightsaber at the Jedi, mockingly congratulating them for unravelling the truth of the clone army, but they had been too late, as Sidious had full control over the Jedi. Commanding his Magna Guards to attack, they are intercepted by Crosshair, who perfectly takes out the droids, and they begin to move in for the Separatist leader. But to their surprise, he acrobatically leapt backwards onto his ship and threw the supposedly destroyed chips in front of them, remarking that they would soon all be dead. The Jedi look in annoyance as Dooku had gotten away again, but Anakin had finally realised that Fives had been right about the Chancellor, evading the pursuing Kaminoan security force. The Jedi return to Coruscant, equipped with everything they needed to equip Fives, and they bring him to a military tribunal. As Tarkin conducted the case on behalf of Palpatine, Padme made the case for the clone trooper, presenting evidence that the Chancellor had attacked Fives, and he had been responsible for the death of Master Tiplar through Tup. But from his seat, Palpatine rose and declared that he was effectively the Senate, and he could not be removed from power without a vote of no confidence, and the tribunal has to release them both. Outside of the court, Palpatine quickly heads off to the Senate building, and in front of the other senators, he cast doubts over the ability of the Jedi to protect him and the galaxy. But he had been too late, as Senator Amidala had spread the word on Palpatine's betrayal, and there was outrage from across the arena, calling for him to be removed from office. The Sith Lord entered his office, disgusted that his plans for the clone army had failed, as the chips were being removed at an immense speed from all of the clone troopers, and Anakin seemed to be distant. Beside him, he instructed Masamida to turn to their secondary plan of action, and for a devious senator to be lured into his position of public hatred. That is it for part 2 of What If Fives Joined the Bad Batch. If you'd like to see a part 3 soon, please like this video, turn on the notification bell, click that subscribe button on this channel, as well as on my other channel What If Films. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.